Bannon goes off on Musk over social credit score changes on X. I'm still a little. I still don't really understand the whole changes that he's making on X, the whole algorithm changes, and why people is really getting upset about it. But I'm interested to see Steve Bannon's take. I know a lot of people are upset at Elon Musk right now. A lot of people on the right in particular are coming for Elon Musk, which I don't really understand that either, because uh, we conservatives, us on the right, supposed to be the ones where you can sit down and have a debate on issues and things like that. That's what it's supposed to be about. We're not like the crazy leftists where you can't have any type of dissent or debate. So I can't wait to hear Steve Bannon's take on this and see where he goes. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Have a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. This comes from Zero Hedge, and they report that in 2023, the former White House chief strategist suggests that Musk is a, quote, total and complete phony who is, quote, owned lock, stock, and barrel by the Chinese Communist Party. I really don't necessarily agree with that. I've found no evidence to show that Elon Musk is bought and paid for and owned by the Chinese Communist Party, but that's Steve Bannon's take. Then last week, after Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy sparked a firestorm of criticism over H-1B visas, Bannon said that Musk and other tech companies utilizing H-1B labor, quote, wants a tech feudalism. Not necessarily sure I agree with that either. I think the H-1B visa program needs to be fixed, because I do believe some sectors, some companies are taking advantage of that. But I don't think it's a bad idea bringing in some uh, uh, fresh faces, some fresh ideas of people from other countries that come here to try to do it the right way, and corporations aren't abusing it. I have no problem with the H-1B, but they are some companies that are abusing it. They're undercutting. They're undercutting Americans by paying them less. I think we have to do uh, like they do with what is it called? I can't remember the name of the sector. When you get a slips my mind. A temp, like when you get a temp, it costs more to get a temp for like any type of regular normal business than it does to hire someone, because a temp agency is going to charge you like what, $18 an hour, whereas you can go in and you can hire someone off the street and pay them $10 an hour. So it's actually it's not cheaper to hire to use a temp service. It's only when you're like desperate and really need help you will hire a temp agency, and that's exactly how it should be with the H-1B program, I believe. And on Saturday, Bannon suggests that Musk has, quote, masters in Beijing during a Sunday episode of War Room, in which Bannon discussed Musk's decision to change the algorithm on X to reduce negativity. So I'm just going to play this clip here.
This has been ongoing for almost a year that I've watched. You remember when he first bought Twitter in 2022, Elon Musk talked about himself being a free speech absolutist, meaning that uh, anything goes, right? It would be the return to the old Twitter. None of that happened. And over the
That's true.
last, we'll say 7, 8 months, you've seen a really dramatic uh, influence or bias or manipulation of who is and who isn't boosted on the platform. And of course, that benefited the Trump campaign. But nevertheless, what he did was put his thumb firmly on the scale and pushed the discourse in the direction he wanted. In the aftermath of the H-1B visa arguments, and during, he began pulling people's blue checks. He began suppressing people, shadow banning them in very obvious ways. And now he's just announced that the platform will deboost negativity, is what he calls it,
What is that?
meaning that anyone that's hurling insults, much like he did, calling people retarded, much like he did, telling that poor Mormon Elon Musk fanboy that he should go F himself in the face. So yeah, I think it's not only hypocritical, but it just shows how much of a shapeshifter this guy is. Anything that is convenient at the moment is the new zeitgeist of the Twitter platform or the X platform. And this, it's also important to note, Steve, that even as he's talking about deboosting negative content and promoting what he says will be informational or entertainment content, he's also rolling out the X payment system. So aside from the payouts people get from a high impression count, you're also going to see, I would imagine, something much, much closer to the Chinese credit score, in that people who are
Yeah,
deemed to be undesirables or antisocial are liable to
it's
have their
100%.
actual money, their actual
No,
wallets
this
meddled with.
this is
How
this is
would
the
it be?
danger of the guy. It's total.
Uh,
This is the CCP. This is a social credit score. This is what he's gone to. He's got
I don't know if it's similar to the social credit score though, because the social credit score in China is, you're not going to be able to like have insurance. You're not going to be able to use the subway. You're not going to be able to do banking. You're not going to. There's a whole bunch of things that you can't do if your social credit score is low in China. Whereas X is just one platform. um, how can you equate that to like a social credit score when X doesn't have access to your banking? Well, of course they're gonna have some type of tie to your banking if you with the new X money thing, but it's really won't have you don't. It's a choice though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it won't be pervasive like it is in China. Is my point here? Like you can choose to not use the X platform. So I don't really understand how they can compare it to this social credit score. I think they're being a little bit. I think they've been a little bit too much on that. Am I wrong? I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know.
got a glass jaw. He can't take because of the I don't know the autism or where he's on the spectrum. He's clearly not. He's got the maturity of an 11-year-old. You can tell that. But it's obvious. He can't take criticism. He one of
I
his
agree with that.
weaknesses is that he needs to be loved. He needs the masses to love him. You can tell he's on the stage. He needs that glory. Um, for instance, I don't give a damn, right? Hey, as long as the objective, that's why 12 o'clock is my movie. It's the objective. Whatever happens doesn't matter. It's the objective. It's the objective that counts and nothing else. They say it win at all costs, but hey, you have to win. You don't need anything else. He must have adoration. You can tell that. It lights him up. So then when the platform, when his apparatus turns against him, and particularly people that cheered him saying, hey, we hate what you're doing to this country. We know now that you're lying to us, bald-faced lie. These are not higher skilled people. When they turn, all of a sudden he has to go to what is the Chinese credit score. This is to have a digital ghetto and to only have raised up what praises him. That is like the little boy's mentality. If I want to be the superhero, I want to put the cape on and kind of skip around. You see this a lot in Danbury. These what they call chomos, what they call these sex offenders. They've got this. They've had a maturity level that has stopped, and they want to they want to be. They all watch the movies that have the Cape Crusaders on there. It's an absolute indication of immaturity, of not being able to deal with things as an adult, and that's what you're seeing here implemented now on Twitter.
Well, that's Steve Bannon's take. Not sure I necessarily agree with it. Um, but Musk's decision to change the X algorithm to maximize unregretted user seconds has not gone over well, particularly among the free speech absolutist crowd, which I am. I consider myself a free speech absolutist. You should be able to say whatever it is you want to say. Which recoiled the shock during the H-1B visa debate when those critical of the program found themselves demonetized or outright banned from the platform. And that's pretty messed up that people that I would agree that that's messed up that you would get banned from speaking your point of view, your opinion on the H-1B program. Just because you're against it, I don't think you should be banned from the platform. I think that's wrong. So I do agree with Steve Bannon on that. The whole reason why we supported Elon Musk with taking over X was that he was supposed to make Twitter free again, supposed to make X free, where you are able to say that you're against things like the H-1 visa, like the H-1B visa. I don't think that's really that negative of a thing to be against. Like how can that make you be banned from X? I really don't understand the logic behind that. I'm still waiting on Elon Musk to come out and talk about why he's banning these people that are against the H-1B program. It's not really that serious. You know what I'm saying? Where you got people on X saying a lot worse things about things, and then they're not being banned from the platform. I really don't know what's going on there. There's no defending that whatsoever. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.